Hey everybody, it's Chris Kirkpatrick here with Life 180, and I'm here with Dominic Rufran from BetterWealth. And if you don't know him, it's his first time on our channel, but he's been working with Caleb now. How long have you been working with BetterWealth?
It's coming close to a year now.
Yeah,
Honestly, it's time's been flying.
that's awesome. So can you kind of tell everybody like what do you do with BetterWealth? Like what's
Yeah, that's a great question. So my role at Better Wealth is I'm a wealth coach,
awesome?
and so with the role of a wealth coach, the job is to essentially just coach people
Yeah,
to have the mindset of getting them to where they're at to where they want to go.
hmm
So helping them get super clear on their end in mind,
hmm
helping them get really clear on their why,
hmm
helping them getting really clear on the end result, and then
Yep,
from there helping them decide what is the next step for them.
that's awesome.
Yeah, and so a lot of the times when you have conversations with people, people have no idea what their why even is. Like
That's
they have
true.
no idea what they're even trying to accomplish.
Totally.
All that they know is they want to make money, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what
yeah,
everybody's thing
yeah,
is.
yeah.
They always like, how do I make the most money? Like,
Totally.
and it always comes back to like product, 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 product. Is it stocks? Is it bonds? Is it life insurance? Like, what is that
hmm
golden ticket, that
Totally.
magic bullet? And so sometimes it's important to take a step back and say, okay, let's slow our roll and let's not
Mhm.
talk about products or any let's like get really clear on what it is
Totally.
that you're trying to accomplish, and then we can reverse engineer it and then make a decision based off of your goals on what products make the most sense.
Totally. No, I think that's amazing. And it like, so with our audience, like I serve entrepreneurs. I work with entrepreneurs. And even though I used to be licensed and did all the stuff that you guys do, I have a lot more passion helping people build businesses and create more cash flow
Amazing.
than,
Absolutely
and,
amazing.
but I think the reason I love working with you guys is because I think entrepreneurs, business owners, their financial strategy is is such a key component to the long-term viability and success of their business.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen too many businesses fail, because they weren't prepared for a 6-month downswing or like downturn in cash flow or whatever. They couldn't weather the storm, and you know they were only in that position because of the fact that they put their money in a 401k or an IRA or
Mm-hmm.
something like that, and they couldn't get access to it,
Yep.
when they needed it the
Lost control.
most. They lost control of their money, and therefore they lost control of their business. And I kind of always tell people, is like, why would you put your money in an account, that's going to maybe best case scenario earn you 6 to 8%, when you could take that money and put it in a place that's going to give your business the opportunity to have more security, opportunity, control, all these things. And like, I would argue that if you can't take that money that you're going to put in a 401k that you're going to make 6 to 8% and make your business grow by 6 to 8% or more and increase your cash flow by that, you should probably quit doing what you're doing, like, and do something else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so like, I think that's awesome what you guys are doing. And that's why, we're working together so closely. So one of the reasons I wanted to bring you on is because you are the wealth coach that, as people come through like the channels of Life 180 and watch these videos, and we have all sorts of content ranging all over the map, as far as some tutorials, some how-tos, some just generic, like, what's going on in the world right
Yeah.
now, and everything strikes people in a different way and gets people to take action in a different way. I know there's a lot of life insurance agents that are watching this that kind of reach out and like are just kicking tires and just like curious,
Yeah.
for lack of a better phrase,
I get it.
about what's going on. So what I love, and Caleb and I actually just had a really long conversation about this. What I love about what you guys are doing is that it's so not product driven, right?
Mm-hmm.
That it's very much about serving people, helping people show up more powerfully in their life, and really having these kind of crucial conversations with them. And so, like, if somebody is going to get on the phone, and if somebody's in a position right now where they maybe are lacking clarity about their own financial life, where they're not certain about what they can do, what products are right for them, because they are in that mindset of product, 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 which is 99.9% of the people in this world. What can they expect if they were to click on that link, betterwealth.com/life180, to go, set up a call with you? Like, what's that conversation look like, and what's the purpose? Like, why would they even want to get on that call with you?
No, it's an amazing question. The main intention of that call, the way I like to see it,
Mm-hmm.
is really getting to know who that person is
Mm-hmm.
and trying to figure out like their goals. And so I always like to get really clear on what they're doing currently.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a W-2 employee? Are you an entrepreneur? Like, what is it that you're doing? Are you doing what you love? Are you just working for the man, or are you just working for a paycheck?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Trying to figure out like where it is that are you happy? Like if you're happy with what you're doing, awesome, you've won. Are you not happy? Because if you're not happy, we have to figure out how we can make you happy and do what you love to do.
Yeah.
Right. And then once we figured those out, like where you're at, and then realize like, here's where we want to go. We want to work for ourselves. We want to be an entrepreneur, or we're already an entrepreneur. We want our cash flow to grow more. Right. We have all of these different items that can help us make a more effective decision.
Yeah.
And from that point, we can then have a conversation around, okay, let's dive deep into the finances now.
Yeah.
Like if that's what makes the most sense at this point, because we know like you want to go down the road of growing your wealth and preserving your wealth.
Yeah.
Let's have a deeper conversation. And here's what we need to do next. And that next conversation will be around a more in-depth, what we call something of a potential, like a financial x-ray.
Okay.
Where we can dive deep into the financials and looking at that. If somebody already knows like, hey, they come in pre-educated and they already know what they want because they are that entrepreneur and they realize this is the product they want and it'll serve them well, then we can also serve them well that way as well. Cool. So it's just figuring out what it is that they want and then where it is that they need to go and trying to best serve them in that capacity, depending on our beginning conversation.
That's awesome. I think the thing that I love about that is getting back to the it's not product driven, right? Like one of the reasons I love working with you guys and like pushing people your way is because I believe for me to be able to serve my audience and entrepreneurs, like they got to get their head wrapped around the money, even though I'm not going to be the one selling them anything anymore, or like doing that coaching side of it. Cause I don't want to like, it's still one of the most important parts of the whole puzzle for them. And that's why I kind of keep having these conversations and come up here all the time and film these videos because it's super important. What I love is no matter where somebody is, like you're not necessarily going to sell them a product. Like there are probably as many people, if not more people, that have a conversation with you that maybe came through a life insurance video trying to see how to properly structure a whole life insurance policy that will come in thinking like, "Ooh, this is what I want to do." And then they go through a call with you and they realize like maybe it's what they want to do, but they're not ready yet. They got to get their debt in order, their other things in order. Whereas like other life insurance agents will just sell them that policy just to make a buck. And I love that you guys actually have systems in place and processes and, you know, the people, you know, you, Caleb, Dan, like everybody who works there, like you guys all got your head screwed on really, really straight. And like, you're really here to just serve. And like, I truly, truly believe there's not another place in the world that they could go to kind of solve that need for them more.
Yeah, it'd be really hard for me to go to bed at night knowing that I sell somebody something that may not best serve them, right? And especially life insurance, something I don't want to say stuck with for the rest of your life, but that's what it's supposed to be intended for, right? Life insurance, it's supposed to be there for your entire life. And so getting somebody in a position where it's not going to benefit them, I would have a really hard time working for a company like that.
Totally.
Like if BetterWealth was that, which completely isn't, which is why I love being part of the team. It would just be an extreme challenge. But knowing that we're doing what's best for people and we're serving them at a high level because we want to help and we want to be intentional about helping them live an intentional life is what's fulfilling. And when you can do something that's super fulfilling, then you can serve more people. And that's why I love what I do as a wealth coach, because I can help people feel the way that I feel by becoming fulfilled to helping them impact more people. So I can be one to really help impact many because I'm helping serve from a place of service and a place of where my heart's at.
I love that. And the living intentionally, I mean, Life 180, living intentionally for excellence. That's what it stands for. And that's like, to me, that's the biggest disconnect in the world right now is there's a massive lack of financial education. I don't think that's by accident, by the way. I think like
I agree.
The government has kept everybody stupid to become slaves to the system. And, you know, like I would really encourage people to think like, what is the life that you want to live? And then reverse engineer that. Like, I mean, if you're an entrepreneur, you're already kind of doing that, is my guess. You kind of naturally have that inclination. That's why you created your business. That's why you're doing what you're doing. But I would encourage you to take the next step and think about like, what are you doing with your money? Like what I know about most entrepreneurs is they're great at making money. They're horrible at stewarding it. Yeah. Exactly. You know, and like, I know we probably share this. We don't like Dave Ramsey very much, but one of the things he says that I actually agree with is like, you don't try to out earn your stupidity. Like, right. Like and I don't like the way he says it in a way, in some context, but at the same time, it's true. Like entrepreneurs, like you think like just because you built your business to a certain level, it's just going to always be up and up and up. And like, you know, you get ahead of yourself and you have your first 6-figure year, and then you get the car, and then you get to 200K and you buy a boat. And then like, you know, you start stacking up the liabilities that, you know, as the income goes up, and you haven't really operated inside of a financial system that's going to give yourself more opportunity, that's going to give the business more security, which is going to be ultimately power, you know, and create leverage and opportunity to, it's not a matter of like, what's the 4% or 2% or 6% or 8% inside of the financial product. It's like, what's the system that you're operating that creates more opportunity so you can show up better. And so you can actually leverage your business or leverage whatever else you have going on and get the returns elsewhere. It's the system is the power. The system is where the return comes from.
Yeah, I think there's a video with Simon Sinek. Our actually team talked about it, and it was on LinkedIn. And he talked about that the end all be all isn't, the goal isn't money to make money. The goal is using money as a tool to help jumpstart your vehicle, to help your vehicle move in the direction, right? And so the business is the vehicle, right? The money is the gasoline, and you insert using the money to help your vehicle move faster, which then in conjunction will help impact more people.
That's awesome.
So money is essentially just a tool to help impact, right? So revenue, because we have to increase revenue, we have to increase profits.
Yeah, of course.
Because those are what's going to help impact and grow our business, right? So, but when we have it flipped and we focus on money so much, I think at the end of the day, we lack that fulfillment. And then our business sometimes does fail because we have the wrong mindset involved as well. So it all starts back up here, like you talked about. Like it's all about the mindset, the way we perceive things, to see things. So it's all about realizing that you are your number one asset. Like we always come back to the cliche saying, but the cliche is sometimes what we need to hear over and over. It's like, focus on you, focus on yourself, your business, education, growth, and everything else will come together.
Caleb always talks about return on result, right? Not rate of return, for ROR. So I would just encourage everybody, like if I were to break this down, like this conversation down into a simplistic sentence, it would be, if you are looking for traditional advice and want to be product driven, product focused, don't call to set up an appointment. Like, but if you're really somebody who's wanting to, you realize that you have a unique opportunity to do something special, and you have something unique you want to create, and you realize that the current way, you know, traditional advice that's given out there in the world is not, and you realize that's not going to get you where you want to go, and you need to do something different. You need to do something a little bit alternative, a little more strategic, something that's a lot more in alignment with your values, with your beliefs, with your objectives, with all that stuff. Then set up a call.
I couldn't have said any better.
You know,
100%. I mean, the whole reason why we call ourselves the Better Alternative Financial Planning is exactly what you just said.
Yeah.
Right. We believe that the system has been broken for so long, and that people are starting to wake up to what's really going on in the world. And people that chase the accumulation theory for so long of working for 40 years, putting it in a 401k, and then hopefully they have enough money to retire, they're starting to realize that that's not the way, and that they're actually more afraid than ever that they're going to run out of money. And the millennials are starting to realize that. And although they're realizing it, they're making decisions better, or they're making decisions to, instead of investing it now and saving, like, well, hope is lost, so I might as well just spend it on enjoying my life today. Yeah. I think there needs to be a balance. You do need to be intentional about enjoying your life today,
for sure,
but also looking and saving for the future as well. And there is a better way, which is why we've created that way to help people.
That's amazing.
At a high level.
All right. Well, guys, you heard it. So if you want to get on the phone, have a conversation, this is the man you're going to talk to. And I know they can serve you. So especially whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're somebody who's like just a high performer, who's just looking to get more out of life, and you understand that what you're doing isn't going to get you where you want to go, reach out. It never hurts to have a conversation. I really, you know, I work with them personally. Caleb is my guy. Like I can't say high enough things about these guys. So it'll definitely serve you. So I hope that helps. Until next time, go out, have a blessed, inspirational day, and we'll talk soon. See you guys.